Shall I lock the car? No one's gonna steal it? Let's just lock it to be sure. Shoot.
What?
I don't hear a beep.
Me neither.
Is the battery running out?
I don't know.
Damn Jeep. Anyhow, dear viewer, here with my beautiful wife, and we finally made it across what I'm about. There's a lovely little Jeep, that served us so well for the last 10 years, taking us all over North America, Canada, all this nonsense. But we're in Montreal. We finally made it to Montreal. My wife's been wanting to come here forever, and I was talking about yesterday very quickly before I got cut off by the lack of memory. I was talking about how there's a clinical research firm up here called Algorithm Pharma. Beautiful, huh? Unfortunately, the lighting's not that great, huh? You can see the sun up there, but it's kind of like coming in our direction. That's why you can't see downtown. But we were across there. We had a really nice room at this place called the Montreal Espresso, literally in the heart of the financial district. And then we went walking, and this area over here is called Old Port. And it's really nice. I think this is Old Port in any case. Part of this is Old Port. But you can see there's so many bridges. Like if you count out over there, I can see at least 3 or 4 bridges. And talking about bridges, here's the mother of all bridges over here. You can't see all of it, but there's this goddamn horrendous thing called Pont-jacques-cartier. Something like that. Jacques-Cartier. There's a Molson factory. But there's this... basically this pharmaceutical company called Algorithm Pharma, and they invited me up here for pre-screening for a potential medical trial. Unfortunately, it didn't work out because, you know, apparently they did an ECG, electrocardiograph or some damn thing, which measures electric current in your heart. And my heart, like, they did it 3 times, and the guy came and did it, and then went away for 5-10 minutes, and then came back and did it again, and went away and came back, and then you know, once again, it just fell outside of his range or something like that. But that's the reason we're here. So they paid for the trip and all this kind of stuff, and so we got a little free mini vacation, and that's about it. I guess I'll sign out for now. I wish I could show you guys more of the city in terms of the view from the bridge, for instance, or I wish we had better lighting. Any last words, my dear sweetheart?
No, mi amor, it's too cold.
All right, signing out for now, and see you later. Apparently there's something called the biosphere over here on this little island. We're on an island. You basically go up the bridge, and getting on this damn bridge is horrendous. And by the way, if anyone visits Montreal from like a city like Toronto or Calgary or Vancouver, just beware of the driving. It's total Europe. Like the lanes and people diving in and out and people just crossing the road and people coming the wrong way. It's insane. We just been here since yesterday and we've had like literally near accidents a couple of times. All right, over and out from now from beautiful Montreal. And what I'm going to say in finalmente is coming up here and visiting this place, now I don't want Quebec to be separate from Canada. Like hitherto, prior to visiting Montreal, I was like, listen, if they want to go off and they do their own referendum and they want to be a new country, let them do it.
Okay, vamos.
Same thing with Palestine. It's like Larry King asked Ahmadenijad, like, what's the solution for Palestine? And he actually gave a really cogent answer. Ahmadinejad, the most hated president in the world after Chavez, I guess. May he rest in peace. You know, Chavez did more for Venezuela than any dictator or ruler in the history of mankind practically for his people. Like schools and literacy rates and hospitals and football fields and all this kind of stuff. Everything went up under that dude. And people wonder why he's idol worshipped out there. And it's like, oh, he's this and he's that. The only thing he did wrong was he stood up against the states. You know, Venezuela's part of OPEC, and they're like, you know, screw you guys, right? We're not going to, you know, be subjugated to you. It's empire building. That's all it is. It's like on an individual level, we build our careers and we screw people in the office, and you do it, and I've done it. Everyone does it. You make yourself look good, and you don't mind the other person looking bad. You may not nudge him onto thin ice like somebody I worked with at Computer Associates told me, and who actually was one of the reasons I got fired. But you don't mind watching somebody flail around. I'm the kind of guy who puts my neck on the line to help other people. You know, we had this basically customers in Kansas City, Sprint, and Sprint spun off another company called Embark. And we as CA, I say we, but it was literally one guy called Michael Troll who was the account director, and I was part of the team as a so-called solution strategist, basically technical sales guy specializing in a specific little niche of technology. And you know, the whole solution, like there were 5 solution strategists that would work with Mike, and we'd close deals, and then there were solution architects and all kinds of technical people, like 25 people working on a single account. And that's how you close 8, 9, 10, $25 million deals. And you're just working them all year round. You know, there are people who are engagement technologists, and there are people who are pre-sale and post-sale and support, and just taking a customer on a given curve in the area of technology, like service management, for instance, or ITIL. Actually, both those are the same thing. But in any case, we had this demonstration, and we had some guy who showed up, and he was meant to be demoing, and he couldn't get his software figured out. And it's like the customer was getting pissed off, and the customer took me outside the room, and the customer's like, well, listen, this is nonsense, man. What's going on? We got so many people here sitting around the table, and we can't even get the demo up and running, and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't tell him, the guy, and I should have, because it's a best interest for the customer and our company, best interest for our company, but me thinking, no, you know, I probably shouldn't do that. And now in hindsight, I'm thinking, you know, I should have done that, right? I should have told my boss, like, this guy, the customer told me this and this, and I never said nothing. And that was my mistake. It was a faux pas on my part. So what I'm trying to say, however, is it's a case of empire building. When you're working in a company, you are essentially trying to fortify your position, and it's the same with countries as it is with individuals. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says of countries or nations in the Quran that that God doesn't change the state of any nation or the circumstances until they change what's inside of themselves. And that's the same with people. God doesn't change what's happening to you until you change what's going on inside of you.